Hello, welcome to the demonstration for the outside of visit window demo or how to. Um, First, we're going to go over how to determine the visit that you should be doing. For example, if your subject did not come in for their scheduled month 1 visit and the month 1 window is plus or minus 14 days, meaning that it's been more than 14 days since they were scheduled for the month 1 visit and they still haven't come in. If they come in prior to the start of the month 4 window, which is 21 days prior to month 4, you could still enter the data for the month 1 visit. Month 1, I'm giving that example specifically because of the ALTs collected at month 1. The team determined that should the subject come in late for month 1 outside of the window, they still do want the data entry done for that visit if possible. So how would you go about doing that? There's not a form that you enter into OpenClinica that says the visit's outside of window. Instead, there is just on the visit dates of each form itself for that visit a check will run. So this idle check will run and it'll determine automatically that the date you entered does not qualify for the standard visit window, and it'll give you a note, and you have to reply to the note. And you have to confirm that the visit was done outside of window. So I'll go over that right now. So say for subject 1002 here, he came in, he was randomized May 1st. He was supposed to come in May 31st, and it is currently June 22nd. And he came in for his month 1 visit. We would go to the month 1. We would start with view or enter data. We would find a form to start with. I'm going to do the pregnancy test form. That's a very easy form to do. We're going to do enter data on that, and we're going to enter our date of visit, which is today. And we're going to say, are they a subject to female reproductive potential? No. And we're going to mark our CRF as complete. And we're going to hit OK, and then you'll get a warning. And the warning will say, this visit date is expected to be within the 14-day visit window for month 1. Again, this is just a warning. A lot of people mistake this for, something stopping them from doing any data entry. As don't enter data if it doesn't fit this criteria, or stop what you're doing. Don't do that. But it's a warning. It's meant to be taken as a warning, and it's not preventing you from saving your data. If June 22nd, 2016 is the visit date for this visit for the subject, then that is what you put and that is what you save. A warning is going to pop up after you hit that save initially. All you have to do is hit save again. And you can see your form will be completed. If you were to go back into this form, we're going to go into the view data for this form because we're not going to change any data on this form. We just want to look at the form and see what's going on. And you can see that there's this red flag there now. And what happened was, because he just saved through, a query got attached to this field. And the query is the same warning you saw. And really, all you have to do is respond to the query and just confirm that your data is correct. So we'll do that right now. We're going to click on the red flag to pop up the next window. And up pops this web page. So what's this web page telling us? This is a note or a discrepancy note. Essentially, this is just a record of a warning coming up, and every warning or note needs a response by the site. And as you can see by the color of the note, it was red. That indicates a status of new. So the new status indicates that it's outstanding. So you have to respond to this note. How do you respond to this note? It's this blue button right here, propose resolution. But take a look at this note real quick. Just read what it says, just to take it in. It says the visit date is expected to be within the 14-day visit window of month 1. It reiterates that right here. It tells you the type of note it is, which is a fail validation check. There are 2 types of discrepancy notes that come in as kind of queries. It's the failed validation checks, and the other type is the query. Fail validation checks are automated queries. So I programmed into the month 1 visit date field for the the LBW0138 form, the pregnancy test form, that if it's month 1, then I'm expecting you to be at least this many days outside of randomization and this many days before month 4. So I'm expecting a certain visit date. If you do not enter that certain visit date or a value that's outside of that date, then you get this warning. And all you have to do really is just confirm that the date you entered, the value you entered, which you can see down here, you can see what was entered, 22nd of June 2016. It tells you when you entered it, who entered it, it also tells you the current status, it tells you the date. You can see all that information right here. And because the current status is new, or it's a red flag, you do have to propose resolution. So we're going to click on that, and up pops this. So there's 3 fields here: description, detailed note, and set to status. Because we're proposing a resolution, the set to status is going to pop up automatically to what we want, which is resolution proposed. The description we want to give is just a response to that warning message, just an answer to a question. So what you're going to enter is you're just going to confirm that the date of visit is correct. The subject came in outside of the protocol defined visit window. That's all you have to do. You don't need to give a detailed note. Again, this is a required field, this is a required field, this is not. And all you have to do is hit submit and exit. It pops up that real quick. And then it takes you back to the form. And so what'll happen is, when you come right back to this form, it'll still look red. It'll still look like nothing's been done. But if you were to refresh the page, you'd see that there's now a response on it. It's green now. And green is basically anytime you see a red field, anytime you see a red flag, you want to make it green. Anytime you see a black field, it means I looked at the response you gave and I closed out that query or discrepancy note. And anytime you see a red flag appear again in that same field, it means I had more follow-up questions. So majority of the time, based on the response that you gave me, confirming that the visit date you entered is correct, I would just close it out. However, if there were some discrepant data, say if you entered in this visit another visit date that was different from this one, I might examine it more closely or ask more questions about it. So basically, that's how you enter data for a visit outside of the window. You're just responding to a query or a failed validation check, and that's all you're going to do for all of the forms within a visit. So I'll exit out real quick and go to the visit. We're in month 1. All 6 of these forms have a visit date on them. All 6 of them are going to give you a query if you entered that same out-of-window visit date, and you're just going to respond to each one saying you're confirming the value is correct. It's outside of the visit was done outside of the visit window. That's all you really have to do. I'll go through, I'll close it out. That's just how we navigate doing a outside of the visit window visit.